All right, in this video, I want to talk about something that a lot of us have felt, but really haven't said out loud. You open Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, and it hits you another person promising life-changing income with digital marketing, another faceless account showing screenshots of huge earnings, another course telling you that anyone can do it, that the opportunity is massive, and that you're missing out if you don't jump in right now. And something in your gut just says this feels off. It feels a little too good to be true. It feels a little scammy, almost it feels a little MLM-y. Something just doesn't seem right. Ultimately, something you can't really trust. You're not crazy for feeling that way. Digital marketing should be an incredible tool, a way for people to share knowledge, solve real problems, and build something meaningful. But right now in this space, it feels incredibly loud, overcrowded, and disconnected from actual value. I'm in this space and I feel this way. We manage hundreds of SaaS accounts and paid marketing. It's hard to cut through the noise, the scams, the poor quality services online. You pay $5 grand for this, $7 grand for that, and they deliver you a half-polished product. And just so you know, this video isn't about us and how we provide amazing services. We do, but I promise there'll be no sales content or sales pitch or course offering at the end of this video. Today, we're going to unpack why digital marketing often feels like a scam, what's really happening beyond the noise, and how we can think more clearly about it while we navigate everything you see in the online world. We'll look at what digital marketing actually is. It's much broader than most people think, why certain tactics started feeling slimy, and what's changing in how people buy and trust online. This isn't about anyone trying to make money online or shaming anyone that's trying to make money online. It's about clearing the fog so we can make better, more honest decisions, both as creators and as buyers. So let's start by getting our bearings. What digital marketing actually is. The first source of confusion is that the term digital marketing gets thrown around as if it means one specific thing, which it doesn't. Usually means something like selling digital products online, but that's only really a small slice of a much larger picture. At its core, digital marketing is simply using digital channels to connect offers with the people who need them. It includes many different approaches: affiliate marketing, recommending products you believe in and earning commission when someone buys through your link, digital products, things like ebooks, templates, courses, webinars, or guides that can be delivered electronically. No inventory, no shipping, content marketing, blogging, SEO, YouTube videos, or social media posts designed to attract and help people. Paid advertising, running ads on platforms, social media marketing, building presence and relationships on the platforms where people spend their time. It's a broad industry. When someone says, I do digital marketing, they could almost mean anything within that ecosystem, almost any sort of online digital service or product. The problem is that right now, a huge amount of the visible noise is centered on one narrow slice: selling digital products, especially through master resell rights, MRR courses. These are courses where you buy the rights to resell the course itself, or just simply you build a course and sell it yourself. Some of these programs are genuinely well made and can help beginners learn a whole plethora of skills, foundational skills like building an online presence, creating content, and understanding how to package knowledge. But when the main marketing message becomes buy this so you can sell it to others, and when the promotion focuses almost entirely on income screenshots rather than real education or results, it starts to feel less like marketing and more like a chain. This creates a strange loop. People buy a course primarily to resell it, not because they have deep expertise or passion for the topic. The focus shifts from how can I help people to how fast can I make money showing other people how to make money. And that shift is exactly why so many of us get that uneasy, slimy feeling. So part 2, why it started feeling like a scam. Several things happened at once that made this space feel overwhelming and untrustworthy. First, the pandemic accelerated everything. Suddenly, millions of people were working from home, searching for new ways to earn income. The possibility of making money online went from a niche idea to mainstream hope. That created a massive wave of interest, and where there's a desperate hope, there's also opportunity for exaggeration, unfortunately. Second, platforms rewarded short, flashy, income-focused content. It's much easier to get attention with, I made $30,000 last month doing this concept with this one digital product, than with thoughtful, nuanced explanations of what it actually does and how it works. The algorithm loves strong claims and big numbers, and that kind of leads to some of those strategies. Third, many people coming from traditional network marketing or MLM backgrounds brought familiar tactics into the digital product space. Heavy emphasis on recruitment, first selling, urgency, building teams, teams of resellers rather than focusing on genuine customer transformation. The result, a flood of similar looking content, motivational posts, luxury photos, luxury lifestyle, income-proof screenshots, and promises that anyone can do this. When the marketing leads with money instead of value, education, or real connection, people's scam detectors light up, and for good reason. Buyers today are smarter and more skeptical than ever. They've seen the free checklist, they've joined the email list, they bought the cheap courses, and they've been burned before. They can smell when content is just a soft pitch disguised as help. They can tell when someone is selling the dream of easy money more than they're selling a useful solution. And here's the truth. Many real money-making opportunities are absolutely possible, sometimes even life-changing. But it rarely happens through shortcuts or by simply reselling someone else's course without adding your own expertise as care. I've seen way too many people spend way too much money on courses and not get anything out of them. Oftentimes, all the money spent on those courses can be found looking through free content on YouTube anyway. So it usually requires developing real skills, showing up consistently with honesty, and actually caring about the problem you're solving for others. Part 3, what's actually changing in digital marketing? The internet has grown up. Buyers are more sophisticated, platforms are more competitive, and attention is much harder to earn than it was even 5 years ago. What used to work, posting every day with motivational quotes, giving away endless free checklists, or running simple lead magnets into complicated email sequences, starting to lose its power. Not because digital marketing itself is broken, but because the old tactics feel tired and inauthentic to people who have seen them too many times. Today, people don't just want more information, they're drowning in it. What they're craving is something rare: truth, clarity, and a genuine sense of connection. They want to feel seen. They want to feel heard. They want someone who speaks to their real struggles in plain language, not polished industry jargon, not empty promises. They want honesty about how hard certain things can be instead of a constant "you can do it" energy that ignores reality. This is why so much current marketing feels empty. There's more content being created than ever before, but less real connection happening. Many creators are focused on going viral or getting views when what actually moves people is depth. A few videos or posts that speak directly to someone's pain and show a believable path forward. A simpler way to think about this is this: every buying journey follows 4 basic stages: attention, trust, proof, purchase. Attention comes from answering real questions people are already asking. Trust is built when you speak like a real human who understands the situation, not like a guru performing confidence. Proof requires showing that what you're sharing actually works through your own story, clear results, or even helping a few people for honest testimonials. Purchase happens when the offer is clear, tied directly to relieving a specific pain, and the previous steps have been done well. The biggest mistake happening right now is that many people try to jump straight from attention to purchase, skipping trust and proof pretty much entirely. Or they overcomplicate everything with fancy funnels, long automations, long email sequences, when a simple, honest process would work better. We have found tremendous success by just simplifying what we're doing for people and explaining it in a simple way. You build this and it works like this and it does this and it gets the results you want, instead of just all this crazy digital marketing language. Personality has also become one of the most powerful and hardest to replicate elements. When offers look similar, people don't buy the product, they buy the person behind it. Your perspective, your tone, your willingness to say unpopular things in your niche, these things make you stand out. And they make you stand out in a sea of similar voices. In short, the game hasn't disappeared, it's just shifted from loud tactics to something more human, real connection, built on honesty, built on substance. Let's take a step back and look at this phenomenon from a wider perspective, because what we're seeing in digital marketing isn't just a marketing problem, it's a very human one. Psychologically, we're living through an attention crisis. And I don't believe our brains were meant for constant exposure to optimized, dopamine triggering content. When everything is loud and urgent, our ability to discern what's valuable gets greatly diminished and exhausted. That's why so many of us feel that instinctive scam reaction. It's our threat detection system trying to protect us from manipulation. And right now, digital marketing is suffering from extreme noise. The more people shout easy money, the less trustworthy any individual voice becomes. Systems thinkers would say we're watching a classic tragedy of the commons. Short-term individual gains are damaging the shared environment of trust online. This raises another question. Are we participating in the attention economy as thoughtful contributors, or are we unconsciously feeding a system that rewards exaggeration over substance? The conversation becomes more about integrity and less about tactics and views. Here's a fact. Some of the most successful creators and businesses over the long term are often the ones who move slower and sound less exciting in the short term. They focus on depth rather than virality. They treat their audience like intelligent humans rather than conversion targets. And over time, that respect compounds into real loyalty. People are also wired for meaning and belonging. When marketing leads with pure financial promises, it bypasses our deeper needs. But when someone speaks to our actual struggles, the overwhelm, the fear, the wasting time and money, the desire to contribute something meaningful, we listen differently and we trust faster. What if the future of digital marketing belongs less to the loudest voices and more to the clearest ones? The ones who are willing to say, this is harder than it looks, but here's what actually matters. The ones who prioritize helping over hustling. There's a beautiful possibility here that digital tools could let millions of people share their genuine expertise and passion, whether that's parenting, wisdom, financial clarity, organizing skills, technical knowledge, or personal experiences. When we lead with a desire to genuinely help rather than just extract money, the entire dynamic changes. The road becomes slower at first, but often more sustainable and fulfilling. The question worth holding with curiosity is this: are we using these digital platforms to participate in the emergence of something better, more honest, exchange more useful knowledge, more human connection, or are we just speeding up the noise? Approaching digital marketing with this mindset doesn't make it easier. It makes it more demanding of our character, really. But it also makes the work feel more meaningful, like we're contributing to something rather than just adding to the noise. To sum all this up, digital marketing doesn't have to feel scammy. At its best, simply a set of tools that allow people to connect products, useful ideas, services with the people who need them. The discomfort many of us feel right now is a signal. It's telling us that the loudest, flashiest approaches are losing credibility. Buyers are getting wiser. They want honesty, clarity, and proof that someone actually cares about solving real problems. The path forward isn't about finding better hype or tactics. It's about slowing down enough to ask better questions. Am I offering something I genuinely believe can help someone? Am I willing to speak honestly, even when it's less exciting? Am I building something that builds a real value, that builds connection, or that helps others? Am I building trust and connection, or just chasing attention? Am I willing to turn people away from my service or product if it genuinely doesn't make sense for them? When we approach this space with humility and a desire to be useful, digital marketing stops feeling like a game and starts feeling like a meaningful way to help people. It won't be for everyone. It does require comfort with being visible online, some level of expertise or passion worth sharing, and the patience to build things properly. But for those who feel called to share what they know in service of others, the opportunity is still very real. I hope this conversation leaves you with clear eyes and a bit more peace when you scroll past the noise. What's one thing that's made you skeptical about digital marketing lately? What kind of content actually makes you trust something and actually give it a shot? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for hearing me out on this topic, and I'll see you on the next one.